We are moving right along in module 3, guys. So I want to do a quick recap about where we have been. Step 1 was get your classes on the calendar and get your list of 100 started. Step 2 was inviting those people successfully and effectively to connect them to one of those presentations that you have scheduled. Step 3 now is going to be the hosting basics and prepping for that actual class, as well as some of the sampling to go on whether you sample or not. Okay, so we are going to talk about the actual presentation in a future video, but today let's focus on the prep between the time we are inviting until the class. And usually you want to have at least 2 weeks between those 2 dates so that you can give ample time to prep your hostess. And in the beginning, that hostess is you. You're probably the one who is hosting all 3 or 4 of those classes. You could always have one at your sister's house across town, or maybe your mom's hosting one for you. Nevertheless, you're going to use your share guide in order to go through some of the hosting prep that goes on between now and the actual class. Okay, so grab that. What are good days to have classes? Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays are typically great days to have a full attendance. That's usually when people have stuff that they can cut out time to go on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Does that mean that's the only day that you're going to have a class? No. If you know your people and they've got soccer practice on Sunday and they can come to Saturday, then you do what works for your groups of people. All right? So if you're just starting out, remember that your upline is going to come and teach those classes for you. If you already know how to teach or you know how to read, because I'm going to show you what to do in a minute, you could teach your own classes. But in the beginning, if you're very new to this, it's really important that you have someone come over and demonstrate what it looks like. Okay? So remember, you're casting your net wide. You have 100 people on your list. You're inviting as many people as possible to these classes. Are you just going to willy-nilly say, hey guys, I have 4 classes, come to one of them? No. Maybe you have a specific group of people that will meet after work on a Thursday, and it's that group that gets invited to that class. Maybe you've got a mommy group that they'll come on a Saturday morning, and so you're specifically inviting to that. What do you do if someone says, no, can't make it, can't do it that day? Is that a reflection on you? Should you take that personally? No, it just means that they have a full calendar. And so either give them another one of your dates or say this, hey, I don't want you to miss what's going to happen at that class and what we're going to learn. So I would really love to put a sample in your hand or a little care package. Can you tell me maybe 1 or 2 things you're dealing with health-wise that you'd like to get ahead of? And I'd love to do this so we can continue our conversation and you don't miss out. Okay. Do you see what I just did? All you're doing is getting the people from that list of 100 to the presentation. If they can't come to this one, you're continuing the conversation until the next time you talk to them to when they can come to an oil chat, a one-on-one, or a presentation. So that's what you're going to do. I'll talk about sampling in a minute, but if you're wondering why no one's showing up to your classes, maybe you've had classes cancel or just, it's not working out for you. Are you going through every single piece that's in this guide, in the share guide? I link it, but it's very important that you follow the timeline, and that will increase your attendance rate. That will increase your enroll rate at the class. And if you look at the bottom of page 6, there's a timeline that if you've got a 2-week lead window, that's ample time to get people to your class. If you choose to share a sample with them and get that in their hands beforehand, that's ample time to let them try it. Now, here's the $1 million question. Many of you are thinking, do I have to sample people before the class? The answer is, it increases your rate of getting them there and enrolling, but it is not absolutely imperative that it happens. Please don't let that be your excuse. If you didn't sample people before the class, don't cancel a class because, oh my gosh, it's going to be a failure because I didn't sample all these people. No. That's not going to happen. But think about it like this. Do the samples have to come in these little tiny amber bottles? No. Could you be at the water cooler? I make it sound like a trough, huh? Maybe you're at the coffee station at work and somebody's complaining, oh, I've got this head tension. I've been sitting at my computer all day. So what are you going to say to them? Hey, I'm curious. Are you open to natural medicine? Remember, that should be part of your script now. I would love to share something with you. I've got it back at my desk. Let me go grab it. I'll be right back. Can I just roll it on you? So maybe you're swiping some peppermint or some past tense real quick, or, allowing them to put it on their temples. I have seen so many people come to a class just because of an aha experience like that was impromptu, just something that you were sharing with them, and those people came and they enrolled, okay? So it doesn't have to come in the bottle. I will talk about these bottles in the next video and how to sample somebody effectively, because there is a right way to sample and a wrong way to sample. But I do think that when someone has some kind of an oil experience, whether it's in the bottle or you swiped them somewhere, or you ask permission. You do have to ask permission. But when that happens, you won't get people at your class that say, I got to go home and talk to my husband, or you know what, maybe not right now, or I'll just get one bottle. You will see numbers increase if you do exactly what we're saying to do in order, okay? And getting them to your class is really important. Now, never send someone paper without sending them an oil if you are going to sample. And that is a death wish right there, you guys. If you're wondering why your business isn't going anywhere, check the things you're saying and doing. And if you are ever saying the words, hey, let me know if you're interested on Facebook, or hey, are you interested in some information? Interested and information are two words that will kill your business in a heartbeat. So if you want to kill your business today, use those words. You'll never go anywhere. You'll never get any traction, because people don't read your information. They don't want your information. They want you, and they want your oils. They want an oil experience. They want their eyes open to what you have had your eyes open to. And they really want you. Truth be told, they could read papers anywhere. Okay, so don't kill your business before it's even gotten started. So 2 weeks out, you're going to make sure you're inviting people to the class. And then if you can sample them, which I'll talk about in a separate video, then 2 or 3 days before the class, what are you going to do? Oh, by the way, when you invited them, remember, it's a personal invitation. You didn't just spam them and text them. So they're coming, okay? And then a few days before the class, I'd say 2 to 3 days before the class, and you can see all this in your timeline here, you are going to call them and say, I am so excited that you're coming. And if you can, give them a job. Hey, I need some extra chairs. Or could you bring that one dip that you make? It's so good and people are going to love it. Could you bring that? If you give them a job, they can't not come. Does that make sense? Okay. That's another one. It holds them accountable. Then on the day of the class, you're going to text them at that point and you're going to say, I am so excited. I'm going to get to see you. I have a surprise for you. I have a surprise for you, which is going to be awesome. Does your surprise have to be expensive? No. Could it be some brownies when they get there? Sure. Could it be this amazing wild orange that you're going to get in your class in a box? Yeah, absolutely. So speaking of class in a box, everybody, if you're a builder with dōTERRA, and even if someone else is coming to teach your class, then you should order the class in a box, because it is the best deal on the planet. You will have everything. It's $25 in your back office, and it will have everything you need in order to teach an effective class or to hold an effective class. Just to start out, it has all of the teaching materials as well as the order form, the kit choices, the class. You could, if you know how to read, you could literally stand up there and read this. I will cover how to teach this class, but it's awesome that this is all in one spot and you don't have to go around Aroma Tools, Oil Life for all these different tear sheets anymore. So get this class in a box. It's well worth it because it comes with 10 wild oranges, these little bad boys. So without even the papers in there, these are $2.50 a bottle. That is amazing. And then it also comes with your Live, your Share, your Build brochures, a product guide, and the Living magazine, which is awesome, okay? So how do you use that? How do you use this wonderful class in a box to get people there? I'm going to tell you something. Our triple presidential diamond upline, Elise and Patrick, you hear me talk a lot about them because much of what I know and do is because of their training. And so one of the things they did a long time ago was an experiment. They had the money to do this. They experimented. What would our attendance rate be if we incentivize people to come to our class? Their incentive was a family physician kit, Family Essentials. It was called Physician back then. If we give everyone who attends a Family Essentials kit, would they come? Guess what? 100% enrollment. No big surprise, right? But we don't have millions of dollars to do that. Then, instead of upping the ante, they scaled back and said, what if we gave them a lavender peppermint little trio? Would they come? 100% attendance rate again. Okay. Then what happened? They scaled back one more time and said, I wonder if they'd all come if we gave them a wild orange. So that's where this wild orange was born. This is a way to get people to your class. I have a free goodie for you. I have a free oil for you for just coming. It comes in the class in a box, you guys. So it's the best deal on the planet. So utilize that, and that is going to help you have an effective class. Follow along in the guide, on the share guide on how to have that class. There's no 9-course meal. There's no homemade empanadas. It's water with some lemon oil. Make sure you have glass because you don't want the oil to kill the plastic. But look at those basics for the hosting and stay tuned for the next one on sampling, okay?